This is Stardust Galaxy Warriors Stellar Climax. This is the Steam version, and we're going to go through most of the modes here as an overview. So you go ahead and pick your mech. That seemed pretty cool. So you pick a weapon, like a sub weapon. They all look pretty good. They function quite differently. So, I'm pressing buttons. Luckily, I hit the pause button and realized what the actual buttons were. You actually use the triggers to shoot, which I was not aware of the first time I played. Hope you rectify that. And then I soon discovered that there is a melee attack. And I went a little bit overboard in the melee attacks, because it's a melee attack. So most of the stages come in sets of 3s. When you complete one, you get the first two, you get a small subset of upgrades that you can gain access to. Typically the end of the second stage and third stage ends in a boss battle. There's a wide variety of bosses you can fight. And there's that melee again. Because it's melee. I mean, you wouldn't want to slash the sword in the middle of space. I mean, that's the dream. And once you complete the set of 3 missions, you can go in and pick from a larger quantity of power-ups. There's some pretty interesting dialogue. No voiceovers. That could be rather humorous. So, as you play the game, you'll learn about which weapons you like, which ships you think are better. Some ships are more melee focused, they're a little beefier, they have a little more health. You can take more damage. I tended to go for more of, I guess I would think, the mechs that are sort of in between. And shooting enemies and the asteroids and things also can reveal power-ups, which definitely come in handy in keeping you alive and attacking with all your might. That's very important. And what you'll also learn throughout the game is that sometimes it's better to just avoid. Now, obviously earning points and credits is how you have money power up, but there are some sections of the game that if you're not really fully powered yet, you're kind of better off just avoiding the enemies and living another day. As many games, your actual hitbox is somewhat in the center, so they give you some leeway in terms of how you take damage. As I continue on playing, the Sonic Wave was the main weapon I kind of settled on, and you have the distortion charge, which kind of freezes, sort of like an EMP kind of thing. You kind of make the other machinery kind of short circuit it out. It kind of pauses, give you a chance to get in some pretty good shots. But you definitely have to be on your toes in terms of just movement. Some of these bosses, they have pretty predictable patterns, but sometimes the maneuvering is a little bit more active than you might be anticipating. Keeping in mind, this is also the normal mode. There are a slew of difficulty modes. I kept it on normal, but it can get definitely ridiculously challenging if you let it, and that's okay. If that's what you want, go for it. That's not really what I wanted. And some of the boss battles are pretty brutal, but if you do fail, I do like that you can just usually a checkpoint right at the boss, so if you made it that far, you can just pick right up from where you left off and start shooting the boss in the face again. This game is not doing anything that I would think, maybe outside of the sword action. Maybe not even that. I don't know. I'm not an expert on shoot 'em ups, be they vertical or horizontal. The game isn't doing anything particularly special, but what it does well. There's also a gauntlet, which just lets you, I guess, try to go through as many things as possible without really powering up. You just see how long you can keep going. That's why it's a gauntlet. You kind of go without pausing, see how far you can make it. It's pretty challenging. I didn't make it that far. There's also challenges. Also mentioned that this game can also be played with up to 4 players. I think every mode, every level can have up to 4 different players. I happen to only play solo, but I had a ton of fun doing it. I imagine it will be even more fun with 3 other people playing locally. A good old local co-op. So that was, you know, it's not that this game has reinvented the shoot 'em up wheel, but what it does pretty well. There's some pretty funny dialogue. There's a good number of levels, a lot of variety between the levels themselves, the enemies, the bosses, everything. It's a good time. I think if you like shoot 'em ups, I imagine you would have fun with this on Steam. I believe it's on Xbox One and the PS4. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. If you like it, click like. You can also subscribe. You can also click on either one of these videos and watch playlists full of hundreds of other videos that can also be commented on, much like this one. So if you have a comment about shoot 'em ups, be it this one, another one you like, let me know in the comments. Let's start a discussion. I think that's it. Also check out GameEnthus.com. There's a podcast there, and you can watch the same videos again. If you did that, nobody'd be mad at you. Would you do that? Probably not, but if you decided to, I don't want to talk you out of it. I think that's it.